Hey there, this is Steve Stout, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about my MJT Jazzmaster that I built. It's been like 12 years now, and I got a Fire Mist Gold kit. It showed up just like in a box in my first apartment. I lived in LA, and I remember being so excited and seeing the photos of just like the original finish, and it was relic, but not quite where it is now. But I was playing in a band called Blonde Fire at the time, and I had a Les Paul, which was cool, but we were like an indie thing, and it just wasn't really the right guitar for that gig. And I always wanted a Jazzmaster, but there just weren't any colors at the time that were available that I really was super excited about. And I had always loved like the look of the sparkling burgundy, like Gibsons that fade to gold. I always thought that was super cool. So I kind of thought this was like the closest vibe to that color, almost like a real chewed up, like old gold top Les Paul when they start to turn, green a little bit. And that all kind of happened like just from playing it on tour as like my main guitar for a while. I ended up putting a mastery bridge on it after a little while. I had a Mustang bridge on it originally. I had Lawler P90s in it for a while, which were really cool, and then recently switched it to their Jazzmaster pickups, which I've been digging. But it was such a fun guitar to build, and I ended up finding these like white witch hat knobs to make it look kind of like a 65, before they were reissuing those guitars, so it was super hard to go find those knobs, and then I ended up finding them finally and sending them back in to get a relic to match the rest of the guitar, but I feel like they're such a cool vibe. I've put this guitar up against like other vintage and custom shop Jazzmasters, and I think it sounds great. I think just the amount that I've played it has probably helped that, but I've used this on so many recordings and things, and recently started playing some solo shows with my band and brought it back out after I hadn't been using it for kind of shows in a little while, and it was so fun to just see like how perfect in the mix it was for even playing like acoustic songs, but playing them electric, and it had the right amount of kind of like jangly stuff happening, but then if you wanted to dig in, it still has a great sound to it. I love this guitar so much. Even little stuff of like, I found like basically like the 52 Telly like string retainer there, and I swear it makes those top strings sound different because it's a little bit of a different tension. It's a little tighter than like a traditional Jazzmaster string tension, string tree. This thing it has seen a lot of love, and it's so funny. It's been through so many different like guitar techs through the years that have helped me work on it, and it's such a cool guitar. I think that I love these tremolo systems. I feel like are really my favorite, and they're so smooth. It's so cool to see the original photos and then see just where it looks like Australia back here now or something like that. Definitely like a continent. I finished it on my sister's birthday in 2012, and I named it Goldie, and I wrote it on the back of the headstock here, but it's faded quite a bit now, so that's pretty funny. And recently I was having my buddy Jason's 66 Strat. He's got a Lake Placid Blue Strat, and we got it set up. It had a cracked pick guard, and it needed some love because it was, the strings were going out of tune because of that pickup was too close. And we got it worked on and taken apart and kind of examined. And I'm pretty sure that the neck on his guitar was finished on October 2nd, 1965. So really trippy that this guitar was, October 2nd, 2012 was when it was all kind of like pieced together. As like a playable functional guitar for the first time. So just wanted to share that fun little story with you. I just love this thing. It's got such a cool, just the way that like some of that finish has started just over the years of being on the road, just really like the checking has gotten denser, and some of the green stuff happening is just so cool. Like around the neck there too is such a vibe. But anyway, thanks for checking this out.